Hello and welcome to the first of the PEPELT films for 2020. PEPELT stands for Picture Books in European Primary English Language Teaching. My name is Sandy Mordaunt and I talk about picture books as objects. The theme for this month is celebrating diversity, and we've chosen a picture book called Amazing by Steve Anthony. The reason we've chosen it is because it includes the incidental illustrations of children with disabilities, but in particular the main character is in a wheelchair, but that's not what the story's about. The story is about friendship. I'm just going to give you a little bit of background about the reason for the story. Every story has a story behind it. So this was actually Steve Anthony's first picture book. He created it when he was taking an MA in children's literature at the Anglia Ruskin Art School in Cambridge. It's a really prestigious art school, and lots of amazing illustrators come from it. And he was really interested in diversity in picture books, and this was actually one of the studies that he did while he was there. But he became particularly interested in it because he worked as a support teacher in an art school near Swindon, and he talks about, in an interview, he talks about how working with students with disabilities prompted him to create this picture book. And he writes, "As an aspiring author, I developed a huge desire to write a story featuring a disabled child. But unlike many other books featuring children with disabilities, I didn't want my character's wheelchair to define his story in the same way that my students didn't want to be defined by disability. So in my mind, my students were defined by their personalities, their interests, their opinions, their hobbies, and their aspirations. Yes, they required different levels of assistance, but they really didn't want to be treated any differently to anyone else." And so Amazing was created. And it's a book about a boy and his pet, a dragon. And it tells us a story of friendship and the things that they do together. And the fact that the boy is in a wheelchair is never mentioned. And that's the reason why this picture book is so amazing, because it helps us see that that's not important. It's the person which is important. So let's have a look then at the different parts of the picture book that I talk about. The front cover there, this lovely, enormous title, Amazing, with that fantastic Z replicating the end of Zibbo's tale, Zibbo the dragon. And it has the main character leading the story, so the child in a wheelchair. And again, it's unusual that a child in a wheelchair leads a group of children or a group of any character in a story, and we can actually see there's lots of incidences. There are several incidences in the story of children with disabilities. In fact, I'm going to show you one of the middle spreads. It's easier. It's quite similar to the front cover, but slightly different. Here it is. So here we have the main character there and his dragon Zibbo leading, and the child on the bicycle. He has got a hearing aid over his ear. Can you see? And the child on the scooter is a tomboy with her army hat and her khaki green overalls and her patch on her knee, and the child at the back of the line there on the what's that one called? Skateboard. That's right. It's got glasses. So we have a lot of variety, a lot of difference. They're also in skin colour. We've got boys and we've got girls doing different things. We've got a wicked-looking cat as well. So lots of incidental evidences of difference, which is really, really important. So we could ask the children what they thought the picture book was going to be about, whether amazing is a name, whether it's an adjective, whether it just, if it describes what someone is like. We could get them to think about how they are amazing, what they do and how they do it, what they're able to do. And yes, just sort of prompt them to guess what might the picture book be about. Could read the blurb on the back. Here we go, the blurb, which reads, "A little boy and his pet dragon are the best of friends. They laugh, they sing, they dance, they snooze. They are both amazing, just like everyone else." So that would prompt you then to ask the children, how are they amazing? So then we can read the book to find out how these children are amazing. So the first page 1, which would be stuck to the cover if it was a hardback book, and which many publishers use as a "this book belongs to" page. Here we are. It's a little quirky one there. This book belongs to the amazing, and so the child or the owner would write their name here. The end papers are the same on the front and the back, and they show pictures of Zibbo the dragon zipping along, up and down, in and out. There is a dedication which I'm not sure we could share with children. I'm not sure it would make much sense, but it says, "For Toby, winner of the National Literacy Trust's On the Shelf auction." An auction, maybe Steve Anthony was auctioning his books, a book, and I don't know. Don't know, but maybe Steve Anthony can tell us. And then there's the title page there, which I hope that you have come to use more and more and to look for and talk about with your children. Here it actually presents the main characters, the child and his pet Zibbo, and how amazing they are. And as it says, some children have cats, some children have dogs. I have a dragon, and his name is Zibbo. And the story then goes on to tell us all the different things that these two do together and how amazing they are. And they tell each other they're amazing, which is what friends do. So, yes, it's a book about friendship. It's a book about valuing how wonderful each person, each thing is, and how together you can support each other and be friends. Yes. Thank you for listening. And if you do use Amazing with your children, do let us know how it goes. Gail, Tasha and Danetta will be sharing their ideas and suggestions for what to do with Amazing. And do follow us for the rest of the year. We have a Facebook page. We have a website which is just wonderful. We're very proud of it. So do go along and let us know what you think. And we also have a YouTube channel where we keep all our films. So follow us on all 3 virtual spaces, and see you in February. Bye-bye.